Alright boys, Kane here. So in this one we have drama in our realm part 2. Who could have thought? Long story short, there had been a lot of conversation going on, a lot of talking, a lot of nonsense as well, which wouldn't be really translated properly. So long story short, one of the colors was recruiting people because they had like 5 wins in Clash of Fate, and then this guy who changed his name was recruiting for yellow after that because they had 6, and then he started ordering people around. So, for example, if another color would kick people out or kick a person out, then that color would be able to go out and grab a city. Otherwise, he would be clearing majority of them and stuff like that. And of course, there were a lot of fighting, a lot of trash talking, a lot of stuff like that. And then this guy pretty much says something like, if you have a brain, you will be strong with us, you will be tough with us, and you will join us, or stuff like that. The thing is, he's only very, very strong when he's only sitting in one city for like 90% of the time. I'm actually redoing this video because the other one took too long and somebody else captured it, and he's gonna be clear right after I finish recording. So basically, majority of the time he does have one city, and he assumes that he's pretty strong because he has only one city, or his group is strong because he has one city. I mean, I don't know how you would call a group like that, but okay. Then he went on saying that he always wanted peace and this particular person never wanted peace. Now, if I was new in this realm, or I had amnesia, I would likely believe him. However, since I have played in this realm for my entirety of the time, and I was even part of a other group that was in the realm, and the only reason we had war for like 6 months in a row was because of him. Because he wanted everything. He didn't want to share ever. He didn't want to join the groups ever. He didn't want anything like that. So him saying that he wanted peace, or everyone is peaceful and friendly, and because of another person, is that there cannot be any peace. The thing is, he told everyone to abandon a person who's actually helping others, who even helped me. For example, if not for this guy, I would not have reached Dual Tower 4,400. And I do believe even in those videos I said I changed something, or I changed something in Covenant and stuff like that. So he came back and he told me stuff which I literally increased in a lot of points. Whether people can believe me or not, I mean, I value Chinese people and their tips and tricks more than I value international ones in terms of like official Discord. Reason for that is in 1 year's time, I didn't learn anything, and majority of the info they provided was friggin' useless because they keep all the secrets to themselves. This guy came in here, he told me that, and literally I ranked up 100 points. That's all it took, just a couple of swaps. And you know, you judge a community by how good it may be in terms of your playtime and, you know, chatting with them. So that aside, a lot of people were against him. A lot of people also trash talked him, and again, that would take like 20 minutes to translate everything in the world chat and check like that. However, we're not going to be translating every single message. So in the end, he even trash talked his own people, and as you can see, I've even had a conversation with him. Uh, and in the end, like, he didn't, or rather, he doesn't have anyone to defend him except one guy who spent like 20k, and even free to play players smash him and route him 24/7 around the map. Literally nothing in the game. So, after the entire conversation of him trying to, I don't know, like brainwash people, pretend that he's an angel and stuff like that, I call him out, and this was his name. So your piece is to abuse everyone. You did this for the entirety of like even returning after Side or Drake. Try to speak the truth, otherwise you just sound stupid. And then nobody cares about your pieces. They need to obey you and give everything to your group, like king, events, stuff like that. They were teleporting with their emperor, trying to kill our little alts, or people trying to rank for events because they wanted all of the yellow to actually have top 3. And in the end, they still failed to do that. Then I told him he doesn't have friends during expedition. Many groups hate him because of his personality, and why would they join him? And then I pinged the other guy who spent like 10, 20 grand or more, and like cannot beat people who don't spend money, big mouth, friggin' worthless. Like he's trying to trash talk people. I understand. Like, I'm not judging people spending money, right? If you spend money, that's your own money. You do it for your own entertainment and stuff like that. It's your choice. However, if you spend money and people are trashing you, and then you have a guy who says, like, if you can't spend money, you can't afford to play a game, and stuff like that. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, if free-to-play players are beating you and you're spending money and you're still getting smashed, like, it's not people who cannot afford. Like, you're pretty much dumping money into the toilet at this point. And then, is this why no one from Yellow fights and nexus to the city? Because you have a strong group? And literally for like 24 hours, they had one city in friggin' Nor. I think there was like an hour difference of them having a couple of them which were destroyed right after, and that's pretty much their entire group. Or only the friends you have because you give them money so they stay with you. Your ego is high, so instead of changing, you buy your friends. And I think I forgot to mention, but he did say that he put down like 2,000 red envelopes or 2,000 bucks worth of envelopes, something like that, I'm not sure. And he's doing it all the time. So then you have a group one with monetary values and another group which actually helps gameplay. I mean, one of them helps in real life stuff. You can save up, you can get something, you can go out for dinner, or random stuff, right? Or the other is literally just gameplay focused. Then one of them replies about being in the same realm with me, and if I have like friends anymore, or whatever, like total nonsense. And then he starts replying to me if I misunderstood him. He went on an expedition to make more friends, and this time inside he had over 200 people. And then he tried to mock me that I don't even have 2 people or stuff like that. Then he says, wherever this person, wherever this person goes, because they refer to him as Mung, everyone shouts, beats small people to get rewards. The thing is, this guy was cleared to capital from Imperium. This guy had 10 million rare resources each. And then he had like bajillions of the basic materials. He was farming people and nobody could actually beat him. He went to site, this site in particular, he got farmed 24/7 by another group because of his friggin' egoistic behavior and the way he had treated other people. And then he's trying to bullshit people that this guy is the problem. This guy had more resources and he was part of the people farming him. And then he tries to mock me again, and then I replied to him, is that why you have been beaten multiple times? Because he had 200 people. When he has a big group and he has one city literally the entire day. Of course, when sometimes they go out, it depends whether or not we notice that. And we're just, Farmers United, we're just a couple of people. And is that why they beat you many times? Your ego always requires an enemy. It has been visible for 1 year, which is pretty much true, considering the fact that I play with him. And did anyone invite you to their group? A big group, top 10 Guild War, or is he all alone? Now I speak for myself. I have been invited to plenty of groups. I think 4 in top 10 Clash of Fate. I doubt I would be participating in terms of the Clash of Fate championships or whatever. I'm too low core. A couple of groups offered me stronger accounts, not for ownership and stuff like that, but just for playing. And honestly, I prefer to just grow my own account rather than buy or get somebody else's account. I just don't roll that way. Then he has beat up. Have I participated there? He got first, and second. The thing is, if I wasn't making content for YouTube, I wouldn't know what the hell happened in his Drakes or sides. But since I'm doing that, there are a lot of people across various realms who even messaged me and told me like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? They had a deal for peace, and basically at the very end they were literally destroying people left and right just so they would rank higher and get more points or get more cities in terms of rewards in the expeditions. So I pretty much said that in two of them, he lied to people and betrayed them last minute, namely, in particular, the Drake, and of course, side when they required more points. Then betray, what's with him? He tries to mock me. And then I say, people like you is why international people dislike the Chinese. And not even international, even his own countrymen laugh at him. And it was pretty much visible in the conversation above. Then he tries to call I make foreigners look stupid, and then I call literally his entire color out stupid. Aside from top 3 yellow, anyone else can fight, and the only top 3 yellow who can fight, right, are literally people who spend like 40, 50, 60k grand on the game. I'm not entirely sure how much these guys spend, but like you can pretty much assume that these people actually spend a pretty friggin' huge amount, right? So pretty much anyone else from their group can't really PvP. Like most of them get beaten by 12 or 13 million cores in our group. So what the hell are you calling like foreigners rather being stupid, or I make foreigners being stupid, when literally people in your group who spend over 10 to 20 grand on the game are so friggin' dog shit at the game that if I would use the same example, I would be literally saying the same thing about the Chinese in his group or Chinese in general, which is untrue. And do keep in mind, the Chinese actually probably like have content creators on their YouTube type websites or whatever, because quite a few Chinese people actually get good information and they are willing to share with people who sort of assist them, who sort of help them, or have friends across the servers. And that's why I always said, like, don't fight them or all of them. Try to befriend them, help them out. They will help you out 100%. And then I went into further conversation about him, and then he makes an excuse that they haven't played the game for half a year. Bitch, please, they have ranked in literally almost all of the events. How the fuck can you come here and tell me they haven't played for half a year? Like, dude, if they even participate in an event, it's not that they haven't played half a year. If they didn't participate in top 3 ranks, then like it doesn't count so long as they literally were active 24/7. I mean, sure, it takes time to get top 3, but if you log in, you do events, you can't say that the person wasn't active half a year, friggin' dumbass. And then he says like, okay, I'm like 14 million core and someday I will beat a soldier in his city. I mean, of course, if I would spend like 50 grand or stuff like that, I would be able to smash him to capital. It wouldn't be an issue. So I just say, so he plays a game to spend money, and pretend he's very strong, avoiding most statements about his personality, about the ego that he had for like the entire year, about groups not even inviting him or stuff like that because he only wants to pick on weaker people. And he does that in literally majority of the events, the realms, and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know, man, you can judge what kind of a person this is. And then it's so funny because people only stay around you because of your money. And I mean, again, you have people who he gives money to, and you have people who can play the game or give you tips or even join cross-realm groups and stuff like that, right? I mean, of course, people will choose a site that will give them money. I mean, it's China. It's pretty much like quite a few groups who do that. They always stay in those groups because, again, it's money. Anyways, yeah, that's a doozy. Probably like 15 minutes long or so. But hey, maybe a part 3 in the future, who knows? But pretty much like out of my comments about me knowing what happened in those drakes or sides, pretty much he understood that that stuff spreads across realms. And honestly, since their group is made out of some international players, who also have my YouTube or watch my videos. Perhaps they told him that I am a content creator, and then of course people would message me and tell me stuff like that. So honestly, quite interested. 1 year and a half, and after our conversation, he just so happened to swap his name because quite a lot of people, don't really would want to befriend him or even play with him and stuff like that. It's very very questionable. But hey, do let me know in the comments down below what you think. And yeah, that's I suppose pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.